Okay, I've been getting a lot of messages with people who don't know what minced chicken carcass looks like when it's been cooked. So I'll address it. So obviously that's what we made. That's what we made earlier. Close up courtesy of Apple. Right there. Then got that on the go there. Now that's I've already done this already. So this. That's what you're getting, and then it's like got bits of bone in. They can't wolf it down. What happens? It slows them down. You see, it makes them chewy because they will just not wolf down. They will just not wolf down when it's got bits of ground up bone in it, and they just sit there. But when we chop it up, there's big bones in it, and they're doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's a bit of the jury's still out. Yes, I'm going to buy a bigger plate. And so, like, what I'll do here as well is I'll put an apron down the front there. There's a little drain hole there, and then I can just wash this out. I can just wash this out and put that in there. You know, I have to, there's things I just don't do, isn't there? You know what I mean? And then just a bit of a demonstration there because I can't get close enough with the thing with ginger, but yeah. It's all a work in progress. You're probably thinking, why is the place such a shit? Oh, it's not my place, mate. It's not my place, and I only do what I need to do. Anything that benefits me, maybe sticking air conditioning, wet that I'm in. You know what I mean, I do everything like that. I bought this cooker, which is in a bit of a state. I'm doing all right. Don't worry about me. I'm doing all right. I bought that last night. I could tile it all. I could have all this concrete to get it flattened. I made all this. I made all the wall. I made all this here. This countertop. This sink, and you go, gosh, it's a shitty sink. It wasn't. I put all these tiles in the other day. I think the last trip. You know what I mean? I smeared the walls. I can make it all beautiful. Get someone in. So this here was just this concrete you can see here, right? These on, right? That was all it was. When I put this in as well, all this concrete here. When I come to this house the first time, all the concrete you can see now wasn't here. This was mud. Right? You know, as I say, I did all that. I did all those tile. I did all this tiling. And then all this wasn't there. I had all this put down. All this roof. I had that. This has all benefited me. Yeah. Then I had the next bit. We ran out a bit more. It was just enough here, which is all right. You know what I mean? But we had a bit more, just because we had this roof put in. Right. That was just not. These things are not a lot of money, mate. Not a lot of money. And then I said this was the first section. It came round here. Then I ended up doing this myself, just for fun, in the hottest. I think about 3 years ago, it's 50 degrees. I built all the walls, and this is slanting. So and I'd never done block work before or anything like that, as you can probably see. And so, but you can get it covered up by, they put render on it, so it don't matter, you know what I mean? So I made this, made a counter underneath here. So that goes along there, and then there's these like great big long, because it's easier to do it like that. I just put these long, these yeah, there's a concrete thing over there it sits on, and you can see that's a shit tip, it's not me. You know, so it's just what they like, mate. It's just what some people are like here. They just have not. If you've ever been to any places like Cambodia and some of some of the villages around here, mate, you go past them, it's literally like living in a landfill. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm telling you. But hey, fucking you do. Leave. Yeah, no, I'm all right, mate. Don't throw the baby out of the bathwater, mate. But so I'll be spooning this in to here. And that's the best way, because I've just done that down there and it worked. If there was another way, if I could put it all in, you know what I mean, and afterwards you'll get that there. There's an oil that's come to top now. All of this now, probably, you never know, I might get more oil. Yeah, I don't know. Because what it is normally was to take the oil off the top. So that oil is chicken oil. There's like, and then, you imagine a few years ago, the people go, oh, that's crazy, you're going to have a heart attack. Like, well, I'm gonna have an heart attack anyway. My dad had an heart attack, didn't he? You know what I mean? And he only used to use, he only used to eat salads. I don't know. This is so, I know you're probably listening, Dad, but it's just funny. Have a laugh about it. You go, say, yeah, but Dad, you're over 100 kilos. I go, yeah, I don't. I says, well, how is that happening? He says, I don't know. I only eat salads. Okay. Yeah, but you're 5 foot tall, mate. Anyway, so that's that, and yeah, so that cooks lovely stuff. So what you do, you just get at the end, you just get any soup that's left over. Right, this is what we normally do, but a lot of it now would just get cooked into that. It would just end up staying in that. There's not much. We're doing it like this. As soon as it's cooked, you take it out. I take it out and strain it. You know what I mean? Because otherwise the water weight adds to. I just want to know how much meat. I want to put 2 kilos of meat in. You know, and obviously 10 kilos of it's like a cooking show, isn't it? This 10 kilos of meat. It's focusing better. Should we do that better? The apple. It is a great phone, but the thing is, what happens is it'll just sit there unfocused. It's supposed to be all this and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if I think to get that meat, yeah, out of that, you're going to be looking at. You're probably looking at more than 10 kilos. You probably get 8 kilos. The thing is, we did get a bag today. We should add stuff out of already. We cooked it up like I'm doing now, and we got 4 bags out of it. So we got 4 2 kilo bags. So that was right. You know what I mean? But obviously a lot of that was got moisture in it. So unless you were to leave it for a while and let the moisture soak back in. Absorb back into the meat somehow. I don't know, but anyway, I'm not bothered about that. We can just use the moisture for the next cook off. As I say, so then what I'll do, I then got this one here. If anybody wants to come down and down to the resort, you get yourself down there. My fucking arm. Oh, I had an accident and nearly died actually. I didn't need that. I'm just holding the phone whenever it fucking goes. Sorry about the swearing, Dad. Doesn't like it. So it's still coming. I'll turn that off because I ended up burning the pan. Yeah. I could put less water in. I don't know. Is that a way to do it? Put less water in. That's probably what I'm not boiling it up so much. Yeah. As I say, it's so cheap. It's so cheap. Yeah. It's that there, but I don't know if I should be trying to cook this with a minimum amount of water. But I know what I need is one of them big paella skillets, don't I? Or not. Well, this is probably the way to do it. And then that thing is, chicken's cheap, but then it's like everything in life, and you get what, like pork. Pork is a lot less ton. Pork is like pork. You can get for this is 20 about. I think this is about 23 baht a kilo, right? Now you can get pork like spine or column. They call it gaduk mu, bone of pork. You can pick that up for that's 40, right? Sometimes 50. At the moment it's 40. Meat goes up and down. Well, where we buy it from, anyway, it does. It's like it's called go to market, and so yeah, the meat goes up and down. Like 45 baht, so double the cost, and you get like actual pork with the bone. You know what I mean? And I put it in a pressure cooker, and I just give them as a little treat. You know what I mean? Well, I eat it myself as well. I cook it with clean water, and it's the spinal bit. You know what I mean? And it's got the spinal column in it as well. Just shows they don't adhere any of those things like we've got, like for the cows, CJD and all this kind of whatever it's called. They don't do any of that stuff here. They just they'll hang up a pig, because for some reason pig doesn't go off like other animals do. Like I said, those type of meats. I say pork. not pork, sorry, chicken, that will go off quick. You can't even leave like the soup. If you leave the soup on the side, which she does all the time, you leave the soup on the side, it'll just go now. See, it will sear. It will go off, and it will stink. You know what I mean? And so I just want that to. Then see what I could do as well is I could weigh all this lot out, and I could do even the rice could be put in as well. You just need one. You just do it on one time. You know what I mean? So then I would just cook up. I know that one rice there. That's what I should. Well, I should be doing that now. When I'm talking to you, right? I know one more of rice, one pot of rice there will mixes with 2 kilos of this, and it's more than enough food. You know what I mean? And as I say, I'd like to do this. I'd like to do this even faster, like a sous vide method or something like that. I've got 2 pressure cookers there. They're brilliant. Bloody hell, as soon as good, but I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I'll try it on one set in a minute. I'll put what it is. I'm just worried about overcooking it or somehow not burning it so much. But I don't want to put too much water in. I don't want it to be a complete load of mush. I mean, but this here is controllable, like this. As soon as it stops going pink, we know. But what I could do with doing is just using one of those there, and as I say, those are brilliant. Oh, pressure cookers. They'll cook whole chickens. Well, obviously, a whole chicken's easier as well because it's got bone in it, so it cooks from the inside as well. Yeah. I say if I can get some more donations off some of my fans, I'd might start cooking pork for them. But so you probably want to know, your next question would be, well, how much is meat? So real chicken. So this is the lowest of the low chicken carcass, but you can buy chicken carcass. It's got hardly any meat on it, right? Which I should buy some of that. But the thing is, I was about to say I should buy some of that and feed it to just dogs that I see around, right? But the thing is, you see, the amount of meat that's on it, there's like not enough. It's not worth buying it because a sack of it. So basically, if a sack of this is, let's say, for instance, a 200 baht, which is £5, you could buy then, because this is the price goes up and down. So let's say a sack of this make, you can get more expensive makes where they literally leave so much on, it's unreal, right? Because people will cook a chicken carcass and they'll fry it, or they'll cook it with batter on and stuff like that, and they'll sell that on the street. You know what I mean? So they want lots of meat on. It's called the CP brand. CP is like one of the brands. Now the one that's the cheapest, right, is called Sahar Farms, right, which is in a pink bag, right, and that one's really good. But the thing is, hardly any meat on it. There's hardly any meat. They don't leave the part of his nose on. You know, the arse, stuff like that. I don't think there's a neck on. You get all different. I think you get ones that are just the body, and there's no neck, no arse of the chicken, which is obviously meaty, right? And you end up paying a little bit. I'm talking like £1 a sack less, right? But you end up with hardly any meat. You just end up with meat with just the bone of the carcass. It's ridiculous. So but I could buy a slightly more expensive bag of this chicken, right? I say £1 more, and you get loads of meat on it. I mean, but this does for me, because it's the shop as well. The shop is easy to deal with. It's open late at night. The ones where I could get a better chicken, which is a more meaty chicken carcass, they're like, oh man. You've first off, the particular shop that does the CP brand, they're horrible people. I hate them, and then you'll go there and they're not there. They just choose whether they're gonna. They're an old couple, and they've made their money already. They've got loads of land, that kind of stuff, and they just basically sort of do this little meat shop in the market for a hobby. But no one else sells the CP brand that I can see, because it's the most expensive one, so people just won't buy it. But if you buy that, you could bloody eat that. So that's. The CP brand might be, let's say for instance this is 200 baht, this sack. The CP brand could be 250, say for instance, which to us is like, that's about like £1.20 or something like that. It's like, it's not that much more for a whole 10 kilos, but it's meatier, right? They would look at it and go, oh no, I'm having out of the cheaper one, right? But then real chicken, right? Actual chicken. So you're saying that's 20, that's 20, it's an average between what I'm getting and what the best chicken carcass is, which is 25. Let's have an average of 23 baht a kilo. I've got to be careful, don't overcook this one, because I'm going to finish talking to you now. Yeah, I'll just turn it off. There you go. Then but actual chicken breast is about 75 baht a kilo. And then, you know, like chicken legs are more expensive than breast. And then you get the ones where it's the little niblet, that bit that they have in for Kentucky Fried Chicken, stuff like that. That small bit there, they can be over 100 baht. Do you know what I mean? And this is 23 baht. People will just eat this. You can have meals where they just put this in it. You know, obviously just the chicken carcass, and you just crunch through it. You know what I mean? There we go. Right, I think I've said enough on that. I mean, I'm going to use that oil. I'm going to be cooking a sausage in that, I think, soon. I haven't eaten any breakfast this morning, which is good. I like that. It's got to be reckoned on for 12 o'clock. And it's a beautiful weather. It's completely clouded over. Start of the rainy season. Beautiful. This is just the best time. Things are going good. Right, okay.